Hello, and welcome back to a slightly later version of the episode Ardyn map for Final Fantasy 15. As you can see, in between episodes, I have been and got all the sectors now under my control, and you can tell this on the map anyway. I have not been round and done all of the treasures. I have not been around and killed all the Crown's Guard because, quite frankly, I've already got the entire dissension grid filled out. And as you can see, we've got a variety of... Actually, how do I use the sniper rifle? Now that I've said I've got it. Press X to summon it, then fire with... Right. Probably need to be in combat for that. So, yeah, we are... we're pretty much done with Insomnia. And as you can see, it's got darker and stormier and, you know, stuff's going down. Either way, this episode, we are moving forwards. Danger awaits within the Citadel. Are you ready? Yes.
Oh my, what big walls you have. All the better to look down upon his enslaved subjects from. Time to call in a favor with the king and have him summon my beloved brother.
Something wrong, officer?
Ah, you must be His Majesty.
I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Why are you here?
To tear down everything.
The Royal Arms. Who are you?
You ought to know, being a man of royal blood yourself.
But you don't.
Demajen.
Oh, he does.
In the flesh. Here to bring the bloodline of Lucis to an end.
Are we straight into a fight? We are straight into a fight. Whoa.
Hear me, Demajen. On my honor as king, I will vanquish you.
Oh dear. What an awful thing to say to your own flesh and blood.
Do 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 do. Obviously, I've had quite a bit more experience at the combat.
Such power. Yes. I'm afraid that trait seems to have skipped a generation or two.
What the? That was me missing my dodge.
Try this.
Wah!
Enjoy.
This monster must be contained. He's too dangerous. He must be stopped.
Must I? Really? By whom, may I ask?
Must I? That was not actually the one I should have used, probably.
What a shame. I
Fortunately.
expected more from a legendary king of Lucis.
Well, I would certainly hate to disappoint.
Oh, he's got a...
Hold back.
He's got his own shiny, shimmery things. Oh, now he's starting to get a bit...
Where's your head?
Ow. Oh. Some idiot has forgotten to buy any potions. That's interesting. I actually thought I'd bought a load. Oh.
This is going to hurt.
Why can't I not get blindsides on this? Toasty!
Say your prayers. Keep on.
That's a blindside. No. Crap. Yeah, see, this isn't going to go well.
Here goes. How's that? Enjoy.
Ow.
Over here.
I think not.
Baby puppy.
Try this.
Meteor strike.
Try this. Are
Kaboom.
you all right? You're beginning to look the worse for wear.
No worse than you will once I've sent you away for good.
Oh, you so confident and yet so misguided. Over here. Say your prayers.
And tap. Your Majesty, you're looking a little bit worse. Whoa.
This is going to hurt.
I won't give up the fight. No. I mustn't give up. Can't let him win.
Enjoy.
I mean, we know Ardyn doesn't win here because this is set 30 years or so before the main game. Oh no! What now?
Where's your head?
Too slow.
Try this.
Nope. Oh crap. Why can I not? Oh, do I need to get up first? Yes.
Say your prayers. Look sharp. It's over. Take this. Now it's over. Where's your head? Say your prayers.
I don't know.
Too slow.
Ha! Toasty! And Tappy! What? Ardyn, focus.
I swore
To protect my people.
Combo! D! But it doesn't end here. We know it doesn't end here.
done already.
Oh, is he going to summon Somnus now?
Has begun. Summon the old war.
Yeah, he wants to face off against his brother.
Do you know about that?
I've heard the souls of kings reside within those statues. Of course, that's only hearsay.
Yeah.
Why not summon the wall so we can see for
The old wall, of course, is summoned during the Kingsglaive movie.
what I wouldn't give for a chance to speak with the founder king himself.
Not that he's bitter.
Come out, Somnus! The longer you wait, the longer he'll suffer!
Fingers the Lucii.
Huh?
Huh? Oops,
Is
broke
he
him.
dead?
No, he's not dead.
Oh dear. Perhaps I don't know my own strength.
Shiny! And now he's got what he wanted.
I'm waiting.
I'm assuming this is Somnus.
Brother.
Cheers. Somnus Lucis. Kylo. He's quite big.
Haven't seen you for years. 2000, in fact. And whose fault do you think that is? Who could have exiled me as a monster and erased me from the face of history?
You were tainted, unfit to sit the throne. Please, brother, return to the darkness whence you came.
So I'm sorry, I can't do that.
Having so much fun. To think
Whoa.
I get the pleasure of killing you myself. Let the game begin.
I don't suppose I can nip to a potion vendor while I'm here.
Only the end.
What's wrong, dear brother? Too afraid to put down your expensive toy and come face me yourself?
This is preposterous. How could one so impure possess such power?
Skills.
Keep up. Whoops.
Whoops.
Naught shall remain. Perish.
Ba 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 ba.
I was right to have sealed you away.
Were you
You
though?
are a monster, brother.
Don't be facetious. The only monster here is you.
You're no match.
Keep up.
I'm flying. Ow.
Over here.
Oh, what's going on? Oh dear, my health.
The gods blessed you as their chosen. The people adored you as their savior. I was neither powerful nor popular. Just envious, perhaps.
Backstory.
Perhaps. Don't make me laugh. Over here. Perish.
I think this is more just a spectacle boss fight than
Keep up.
You're no match.
Over here.
I yearned desperately to be special, yet I had nothing to set me apart.
Uh-oh.
Until you stole it from me. You ripped it from my arms.
Uh-oh.
Back into the void!
Oops. I don't think. I don't think I can do anything about this. Oh. Interesting. I can't use any of these.
Die.
I think this might be the end of this particular attempt.
Die.
Because I don't think this wears off. No. Oh, it does!
Perish.
So he comes back. That's good to know. Just need to survive long enough.
Ensure. Over here.
When I first donned the crown and put on the ring, when I first received my calling, I understood that the demons could not be allowed to remain in this world. That a sinner could not be allowed to
Sinner?
the throne.
Lies, fairy tales, and fallacies. All of it.
But we did so much. Oh. Take that.
Oh, Infernal, lend me strength. Help me burn this wretched nation to the ground.
Hell for... Oh, limit break. Nice. Finish him. complete. That was a fun fight, made slightly more tense by the fact that I didn't, for some reason, have any potions.
What I did to you was unforgivable. But I did it for the future of our kingdom, of our people.
A small sacrifice for the good of society. How noble.
Our line has done everything in our power to protect our people, just as the gods bade. I was merely
Yeah, but
fulfilling my calling.
wouldn't Ardyn have done that too?
And here I thought I was the blessed one, but it was you all along.
I dare not ask your forgiveness. I do ask your understanding.
What? You took everything from me. Everything.
You killed
And
my
you
lady
asked my
love.
understanding?
I pray your soul find repose, brother.
Ah. So through the course of that all, Somnus does seem to have found some measure of purpose and peace with what he did. Clank. Oh, hello, Bahamut. My eyes. That's a lot of blades. Bahamut.
I shall not let thee become a slayer of kings.
Ah, so this is why Regis survives. And Regis doesn't know any of this because he's been unconscious. Oh.
Why?
It all began with a stone.
Why do the gods deny me my revenge?
Because thou hast been chosen to serve a different purpose.
Oh?
Spread darkness throughout the world is thy true calling.
Darkness?
Soon, the true king will be born unto Lucis.
Oh! Are they going to turn him into a full-on anti-hero?
Beacon of hope, and drive away the darkness. In turn, thou shalt be his sacrifice, the limitless shadow that ushers in the light.
Why must I continue to
So
suffer?
Ardyn will be a
Haven't I already
true
sacrificed
martyr.
enough?
True king awakens, summoning the power of his forebears. He shall, at last, remain.
And in doing so, actually, Ardyn will fulfill his purpose of healing everything.
The line of Lucis shall come to an end, and the revenge thou seekest shall finally be found.
So Ardyn knows.
For it is ordained, and so shall it be.
But will he rail against it? Is that why he helps knocked out through the...
Not the savior of man, but his sacrificial lamb. And that I live only to die by the hand of the heir to an ill-gotten throne. That is the fate the gods have chosen to bestow upon me!
The very same. Defy thy destiny if thou dare, but know that it will grant thee a life of darkness unending, devoid of death's reprieve. What say thee, Ardyn?
Oh! I guess we'll go with the default ending. I didn't realise there was going to be a choice. I'm assuming we end up having to fight Bahamut if we don't do this.
Loath though I am to serve the shadows and surrender to the scion of a usurper, so long as it brings the royal bloodline to an end,
Is the means to an end,
so long as I get my revenge,
which he technically will.
I will submit.
As thou shouldst, the fate bestowed upon a man cannot be changed.
So is there an alternative ending? I mean, I'm assuming this finishes the game. The DLC.
Did you two know about this? That I was meant to serve as some sacrifice?
Did you too?
Did you keep this from me, Era?
Ah.
What about you, dear brother? Did you know? Answer me!
Roll credits. Or not. Oh, it is rolling credits. It's just doing it in a really cinematic way.
Am I alive?
Alive.
Oh,
Does it matter?
Perhaps not.
A puppet of fate. So yes, I assume if we rail against our fate, then we end up having to fight Bahamut.
Nothing matters. None of it. Not the blessed gods above, nor the accursed kings below. To hell with them all.
So he's had his destiny, I suppose, taken away from him. His free will usurped.
All that matters is I have my revenge. I will spread this scourge across the earth, lure out this king of light, and kill him.
Which you kind of do.
Then, the entire world of Eos will be drenched in the darkness of despair for time eternal.
So I'm guessing this is the default but bad ending. Well, yes. Oh, it's going to give us some flashbacks now of Ardyn's various appearances in the main game, I assume. Why are their eyes glowing so brightly? It's interesting, in terms of narrative choices, one of the things that both Luna and Noctis had to deal with was the fact that their fates were preordained. You know, there's a lot in fantasy about prophecies and the children of prophecies and the people that are destined to become heroes. And whilst that happens in Final Fantasy XV, you do get the sense that whilst it is for the greater good, it comes at the cost of terrible sacrifice. And the sacrifice part isn't always necessarily fleshed out. I mean, 15 itself, Luna, is the sacrifice. And as I've mentioned in multiple videos now, the fact that she does not really get a fleshed out story, her side of that story, her motivations, her willpower, what pushes her through, that cuts out some of the gravitas of the story. The prophecy that they have to fulfill has been pushed upon them, and it takes a very long time for Noctis to find any measure of acceptance in that. No, to find acceptance of that, not in that. So it's interesting that Ardyn has a similar fate, that the prophecy of the gods, the fate assigned to him in the default version of the storyline. He's not given a choice. Well, I mean, he is given a choice, but he's not. He doesn't quite have the kind of choice that you might desire. You know, it feels like he. I'm trying to articulate this. He's given his opportunity for revenge, but in a way that truly turns him into a monster. And in doing so, he becomes the object that he always felt he was not. He becomes what he was fighting against. He is a tragic hero. He falls from grace through trying to understand his own fate, what has been done to him and why. And then for Bahamut to say, you know, this is your purpose all along, it's no wonder he snaps and becomes nihilistic and loses all will to do anything except blot the world in darkness, because in doing so he'll get revenge in multiple possible ways. You know, either he destroys everything, or the King of Light does rise and he is able to put Ardyn to rest. And in doing so, Ardyn does what he originally believed his original purpose was, to restore light, to cleanse the world, even to the extent they had to cover it in darkness to do so.
I'm afraid you're out of luck.
Off my chair, Jester. The king sits there.
To be continued in chapter 14 of Final Fantasy 15. So that's where it fits into the timeline, the chronology. Title, amazing. That's a lot of damage incurred, but to be honest, I wasn't very good at the combat. Achievement unlocked. The nightmare ends. Is that the top score? Don't know. New information added to the data log. New hat shop open for business. Acquired the mutant Rakshasa blade. Acquired Ardyn's ensemble for Noctis. That would be quite cool. So can play as Noctis wearing Ardyn's gear. And where is that going to put us now? With a new... And I like the fact that it gives us the option of changing the background as well, because I don't think the others did, the other episodes. Still got a couple of achievements that we haven't unlocked. 95 out of 97. So we're missing one. Because one of the achievements is for Comrades, which bugged out for me ages ago and I could not get to unlock. Return of the Founder King, I'm guessing therefore, will be for the alternate ending. So we'll go and have a crack at that in a moment.
What shall
what say they indeed? Screw you. Screw. I will resist. What's this going to mean?
Not once have I begged the gods for such a blessing. And I do not intend to kneel before you now.
Thine impudence shall prove thine undoing.
Are you sure?
Oh, I'm no mortal. I'm a monster. The path men tread was never meant for me. Mine is paved with blood and darkness.
Pitiful creature. If thou wilt fight against fate, so shall it be.
Shiny! Whoa! Luna!
Ghosts
Error!
do not but haunt my tortured
Error.
soul. Please, Era, won't you free me from this curse?
Stab! Multiple stabbings!
Pierce my heart if you must, but you will never kill my resolve.
The gods who rule above and the men who reign below shall lend their strength to the King of Kings.
Okay.
Only a fool would defy such opposition.
Well, I am the Jester.
Mankind may not realize everything in this world is preordained. Man exists solely by the grace of the gods and cannot live without. Resist if thou must, but know thy struggles are in vain.
And that's what I was saying about the idea of everything being preordained and... So interesting, is the no? Is this going to change the ending somehow? I thought there might be a final fight of some type. But this just seems to be taking us into the same credit sequence as before. Will there be different dialogue?
Perhaps not. Nothing matters. None of it. Not the blessed gods above, nor the accursed kings below.
Yeah, this is exactly the same as
To
before.
hell with them all.
Yeah, the idea of predestination. Some weird banding as well in some of the lighting effects. I don't know if that's an issue to do with the engine.
All that matters is I have my revenge. I will spread this scourge across the earth, lure out this king of light, and kill him.
Yes.
Then, the entire world of Eos will be drenched in the darkness of despair for time eternal.
Stab. So does this make him feel like even Era has turned against him? Even though he knows, he must know that she's a puppet as the Oracle. I feel like that choice that you could make there was in a way a bit of a fake out, because at the end of episode Ignis, or towards the end of episode Ignis, you are allowed to make a choice as to whether you go with Ardyn or not, and if you choose to go with him you get an entire different ending where things happen differently. I think the whole point of this choice that we've just had to make is that for certain people, especially those chosen by the crystal or the light or whatever, that their destiny is preordained, it is written. So there was nothing that Ardyn could do, whether he chose to go along with it or not. There was nothing that he could do to change his fate and his role in things. He was always destined to be the adversary, the jester, the person that allows Noctis to eventually rise up and wipe the Star Scourge from the face of Eos. And the sacrifices that he had to make along the way were always going to happen, whether he wanted to or not. He needed to kill Luna in order to allow Noctis to achieve that single-minded focus. He needed to do everything that he ended up doing in order to get his revenge. And he does get his revenge. He wipes out the line of Lucis. He gets what he wants, and he gets what he believes he is ordained to do right from the start, just not in the way that he originally intends. As a young man, he is able to draw out, to get rid of the Star Scourge in people, and he believes it is his destiny to eventually get rid of the Star Scourge, and he does, but in a very, very different way to how he originally expects, and with great loss along the way. So yeah, you do kind of feel sorry for Ardyn, really. I felt sorry for him anyway, even in the PS4 version, which obviously I played first, and especially in the Royal Edition where you got ever so slightly more detail. And especially in the alternate version of episode Ignis as well. There's just something about him as a character who is, for the most part, excellently voice acted and excellently characterised. And he's just a well-written villain. He starts off all the way through Final Fantasy 15. He is a thorn in your side, but he helps you. He helps you as Noctis become what you need to be. Because I think he realises that even if he can't beat Noctis, he knows that Noctis is going to die. So either way, he wins. He has his revenge and he fulfills his calling. And that's such a lovely juxtaposition of ideas. All well-written villains believe they are the hero of the story. Having a villain that is just evil for the sake of being evil is not a good villain. A good villain is one that believes that they are doing the right thing, that they are the hero, that they will win in the end. And that is the case with Ardyn. Sure, it's a revenge tale, but he truly does start out being a character that has a single purpose. He wants to heal. He thinks that is his destiny. And he does end up healing the planet by being that sacrifice. No matter how much he rails against the gods, no matter whether you choose that second potential ending or not, Ardyn is going to win and he's going to lose his life at the same time. He's going to get his revenge. He's going to heal the planet. And that's, for me, quite a cleverly written and interesting story. Interesting that a second trophy has not unlocked there. Was the game crashed? Because I don't seem to... Oh. There we go. So that didn't give us the final achievement, in which case it's possible that we have to complete the kingly clash. Not going to do that on the video because I remember the one-on-one fight in the... No, it's just a fight against Noctis, I think. But yeah, I quite like the fake out of that choice. The expectation obviously was built up after episode Ignis, which is the previous episodic content that they did, that you might have an alternate ending. Whereas actually, the whole reinforcement of this idea was that Ardyn does not have a choice. He can rail against his destiny or he can go along with his destiny. He's still going to end up in the same tragic circumstances. And I think that's interesting writing. A lot of people might say, and probably have said, oh, it gives us a choice. It makes us think we're going to get an alternate ending and we don't. That's the point. That is exactly the point. Nothing that we could have done as Ardyn. Everything was funneling him into this. Just like Noctis. Noctis doesn't have a chance for an alternate ending. He has his one destiny, to die for his people, for his planet. Same with Luna. Sadly, she has a calling and she will protect Noctis as much as she can. But she was destined to give her life, and she knew it. Regis knew it as well. Does he hide it from Noctis? Yes. But that's the whole point. Now, if you have a problem in terms of writing with the idea of destiny and predetermination and so on and so forth, that's a different thing. You know, you can have issues with those kind of stories. I have issues with those kind of stories. Just because I don't like the idea. But I can't deny that it's good writing to have characters rail against their fate and still end up in the same situations. So yeah, I found the ending to episode Ardyn, especially that alternate option, good to be good storytelling. And I do feel sorry for Ardyn, just because I've really enjoyed him as a character. He's ranked up there with the canon of Final Fantasy villains for me. Well, he's not quite Kefka, but then nobody's quite Kefka. Kefka's the only Final Fantasy villain who wins. Although I suppose, as I've just said, Ardyn wins as well, really. You know, Kefka wins partway through the game, admittedly, in Final Fantasy VI. Ardyn gets his revenge and he wins at the end. But this offers us a little bit of insight into why he is so twisted and bitter. The fact that he should have been, if not for the betrayal of his brother, he should have been the chosen one. That's what the crystal showed. A lot of people hate Final Fantasy 15's story. A lot of people feel Final Fantasy 15's story was rushed, poorly told, etc, etc. I honestly believe that these pieces of episodic content have gone some way to fleshing out and telling a better version of that story. I just wish that we got that one final piece. Episode Luna. I honestly feel that she is the piece of the puzzle that doesn't quite fit. And some people might say, yeah, go and watch Kingsglaive. That gives you a good chunk about, you know, who Luna is and what she's like. And it does. You're right. But yeah, I don't feel she's quite written into Final Fantasy 15 well enough. I feel like she has done a disservice too. But Ardyn, I do definitely feel, has now had his role as this tragic anti-hero in the narrative fleshed out. And, you know, just with these two here and this nice, almost melancholic music, I do kind of hope that we see Luna and Noctis in the special after credits part of Final Fantasy 15, you know, happy in the beyond. And I kind of hope that that's what this is as well. This idea that Ardyn will have some semblance of peace now that he has achieved what he set out to achieve. In the most terrible way possible, maybe. But yeah, I kind of feel sorry for the guy. So there we go. Those are my thoughts on episode Ardyn. Those are my thoughts really on the wrap up of Final Fantasy 15 as a whole. Is it going to go down for me as one of the classic Final Fantasies? Actually, yeah. And I don't feel bad or ashamed about saying that. I think a lot of the Final Fantasies that everybody loves are quite overrated. For me, 15 had, you know, problems, but as a story, I quite enjoyed it. I'm not going to talk about this anymore because I know I'm going to get a lot of hates in the comments. I'm fine with that. Thick skin. I'm a teacher. Used to the critique. I hope you've enjoyed this look and, most importantly, I think, discussion about the story merits of episode Ardyn and 15 as a whole. I'm very interested to see what Final Fantasy 16 might bring, and I hear rumours that Naoki Yoshida, the guy that is currently in charge of 14, may be heading up a team that is working on a next generation Final Fantasy project. So hopefully a man with the kind of passion that Yoshida has will serve us in good stead for the next instalment in the series. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you have enjoyed. Catch you all in the next one. Toodle pip. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button and subscribe. Remember to ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, toodle pip.